Hi, Sue Ricks from the Sue Ricks Academy, and a really lovely little place that I've come across. I go for what I call my poddle, just poddle around every day, and I've come across this really beautiful place. It's like a quiet little haven, so I thought I'd just show it to you. Look at these trees here, they're gorgeous, and it's the power of green and solace. And behind me, whether you can see this tree, this tree is actually it's spiraling. So as it's just gently growing up, it's just very gently turning as it is growing up. I don't know whether you can really see it that well, but from further away it's quite obvious. And then there's another tree which is up there, and it's so I don't know whether you can see that. So it's just up. Oh, yeah, there it is up there. You can't really see it that well, but anyway, these trees, there's a number of them, and it just feels amazing here. And so when you get trees there that are just spiraling, that's the energy coming out of the ground. And I remember going camping, and the place felt amazing. And we got there quite late at night, and we'd parked up not close to a tree, but within probably about 12 feet of this tree, so it wasn't completely underneath it, but very close. And I got up in the morning, and it was all beautifully spiraled. It was absolutely gorgeous, and the place just felt incredible. So here I am in this glade where the trees are spiraling, and I was thinking of a couple of things about the power of the word of yes, and thinking how powerful the word is. There's a lot of talk, isn't it, in just say no, and also sometimes it's just say yes. So it's just say yes to life, and yes in conversations. And I learned a tremendous amount when I was taking care of my father when he had dementia, that it was the most important thing is, didn't matter what he said, it would be yes dad. It didn't matter. And I've noticed in a lot of my communications recently how effective the word of yes is. So I was speaking with one of my clients who I was doing a one-to-one with, and she was talking about something, and I could sort of sense that she was almost talking herself into a bit of a hole, and I wasn't sure whether this was going to help her or take her. But I didn't want to say, no, I don't think you should do that or anything. So I was just going, yes, I think there's a lot of validity in what you're saying, and are there any other ways around it? And we were talking about different options, and then she said, what about this? And I said, well, yes, I mean, absolutely, I think that's something to explore. You don't always necessarily have to agree, but the word of yes can be really, really helpful. And it's also helpful with children when they're all these fights and arguments and things, and you can go, yes, I know that there's an issue, yes, I know that there's a problem, and yes, we're going to sort it out. So yes is just a great word, the power of yes, of just saying. So next time you're thinking, I'm going to say no to somebody, maybe you could think about how you could say yes and, or yes what if, or yes however, or yes, and then just keep a silence while the yes settles in, and then work out what the next step might be. So we've been doing it, George and I, we've been talking about the power of yes in our lives, and we've been doing it today. We've been doing some sorting out in the garden and with the garden shed, and we've had an absolutely lovely time, and we've definitely been focusing on the word of yes. And as I've said that, the sun's come out, whether you can see it behind me, it's just absolutely beautiful. That really is just so lovely. And so the power of yes is something which is very much on my mind. So I personally am going to be taking note of when I'm might have wanted to have said no, and see how it's possible to say yes in a self-protective way. And maybe you could think about, is there some time when you could say yes when you might have said no? And saying yes to life, because often the things crop up. A lovely lady I saw today, her name is Kitty, she's just adorable, and she was talking about having the opportunity of a holiday that came up, and she was just saying how she's just thought, well, I've just got to grab every opportunity. And there's that lovely phrase, isn't there, where people very often regret the things that they didn't do rather than the things that they did do. And I'm so grateful that we took all the opportunities that we could to travel. Travel's not so easy now, now that I'm, in a wheelchair, and it's just not so easy to do the things that I could do before. So we're saying yes to all the opportunities that we can, and we're learning how to do it in a different way. And that's what we were saying, is how great it is for her to be able to say yes and go on this holiday. She's no idea how she's going to be able to pay for it or afford it. I absolutely know that she will. And so I know she's going to have a great holiday, and maybe you could be thinking about things where you can be saying yes, and opening up life to the beauties of all the things that are around us. So I don't know, just something cropped up. I found myself here on my afternoon poddle, and just felt compelled to pick up my phone and speak about the power of yes. So here's from this beautiful glade, one more time. So just the beauty and the silence. Beautiful, isn't it? I hope you enjoy your evening stroll with me. What a lovely find. Oh, isn't it lovely? So lots of love from Sue. Bye bye.